What are you doing in the dark when nobody's watching?
Who am I really? The way that I'm spending my free time is an indication of who I really am. When no one's watching, when no one's holding me accountable, when there's nobody breathing down on my neck, who's the actual me? Do I work on myself or do I slack off? Do I focus on becoming better or do I just mentally check out?
A real man in the dark, when nobody's watching, he putting in work because he loves the process. It's what I did in the dark that blew me up. You gotta embrace it. When nobody sees you, when nobody knows what you're doing, when you putting in those extra reps, when you watching those videos and you getting inspired, it's the process that makes you sweet.
And the way that you're spending that time is an indication of whether or not you're wasting it or you're creating something new out of it. And if you want to see things multiply in your life, it will always require you to maximize the things in your life.
I dare you to give 120%. I dare you to stop settling. I dare you to stop selling for average. I dare you to stop selling for good. And I want you to get to great, and then I want you to get to phenomenal. Some of y'all, you think that you can dominate when the lights come on. If you can't dominate in practice, you can't dominate when the lights come on. I get up every morning at 3 o'clock. I dominate at 3 o'clock in the morning. I dominate when everybody's asleep. I dominate at 4 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I dominate in the dark. I dominate when nobody sees me. So I dominate in the light because I dominate in the dark. You gotta discipline yourself and you gotta learn that when you don't feel like it, you must still do it or actually go harder when you don't feel like it. Because out of 365 days, there are going to be days you don't feel like getting up. There are going to be days you don't want to work out. There's going to be days you don't want to watch film. There's going to be days that you don't want to practice. There might be days you don't even feel like getting in the game. But listen to me very closely. If you want to make it to the next level, you got to do what you said you were going to do when you don't feel like doing it, when you felt like doing it in the first place.
That's discipline. That's doing the stuff you don't like doing to get to where you want to go.
It doesn't matter how you feel. Your whole life you've been going on feelings, and that's why you messed up. You can't just have energy when you got energy. You got to wake up every day and you got to go get it.
Be deliberate and be intentional. Be descriptive and be specific. Declarative.
Zero in on it. Be exact. Be specific. That will discipline your thinking. It will cause you to focus. It will cause you to concentrate. And you'll get all kind of creative ideas. You're going to feel your adrenaline flowing, and you're going to think about some idea you had. You say, I want to go back and I'm going to look at that again. Not from the level of the problem or the obstacles that I encountered, but from a higher vantage point.
You're 52. You're working harder than you've ever worked in your dadgum life. Why? Because I have built all these structures around me and eliminated most of the things that take my focus and discipline away so that I am wired, man, with a ton of energy to create and innovate and think and be present because I have self-discipline. It is a process. It is a habit. It is not something someone's born with. I didn't want to just do well in life. I wanted to dominate. Not just winning, but dominance. Dominate in your life. Dominate in business. Dominate in the financial part of your life. At the end of this life, now it's dominant. I'm talking about being great, becoming a GOAT.
I need you to eat, sleep, breathe, dominate. We're not playing to the level of our competition no more. You're going to practice in the way they don't practice. Paying attention, being locked in and focused. Everything you do is going to be in a way that nobody else does. If you want to dominate in the area, you got to let everything go but that thing you're pursuing. When you're trying to accomplish some little short-term goal, when you're trying to get something real insignificant done, you can take some days off. But when you're trying to get that milestone done, when you're trying to get to the other side of that milestone, when you're trying to change your life, no plays off, no days off. Serena has made $84 million just in tennis. She wasn't great just because she said she was great. She wasn't great because they said she was great. She was great because she didn't take any plays off. Kobe, he was 120. He gave everything he had. He's not considered the great because he said he was great. He was considered great because he did not take plays off. You can't make your milestones become a reality if you're taking days off, if you're taking time outs. I'm saying to you, you that since you have to give an effort anyway, it might as well be 120. Why? Because when you do 120, you ain't never got to work again. You got to go all in. You got to dominate the day. You got to destroy distractions. I know you're tired. You're not the only one that gets tired. But if you're going to be able to make your dreams become a reality, you got to go past fatigue. You got to go past tired. You're not the only one with a setback. You're not the only one with a deficiency. Others have had them, but they didn't make excuses. They made adjustments. Others were tired. Others felt like giving up. Others felt like giving in, but they kept their milestone in front of them. They kept their eyes on the prize. No excuses, no distractions. You keep fighting and you keep striving.
Everything that you do is habit forming, and that includes hitting the snooze button. That includes sitting on the couch. It's all habit forming. You know what else is habit forming? Discipline. Setting the alarm and getting up. Going and working out. That stuff is all habit forming too. I recommend you form some disciplined habits.
Defeating those negative instincts that are out to defeat us is the difference between winning and losing.
That idea isn't going to execute itself. That book isn't going to write itself. Those weights out in the gym, they aren't going to move themselves. You have to do it, and you have to do it now. You have to fight back against procrastination. When you feel that hesitation, get hyper aggressive. Kick in that door and bust into that room. Go. Do not wait. Take that first step and make it happen. You initiate action. You go. No more bowing down to whatever unhealthy or unproductive thoughts float through my mind. No more waiting for the perfect moment, and no more indecision, and no more lies.
All you have to do to kill procrastination is just start. You just go, and procrastination dies. So don't wonder how you overcome procrastination. It's easy. All you do to overcome procrastination is go.
I got to show up and show up 120. Every time. Where much is given, much is required, but you're going to get the rewards. We're not going to wait. We're going to do work. We're going to put in work. Because every time you put in work, you get the same consequences. You get paid. You get rewarded. Discipline is you do it so long and so hard and you're so passionate about it that even when you don't feel like it, you still operate at the highest level. Beast mode is I will not stop when others stop. I will not quit when it gets hard. I will not complain. I will not worry. I will not fret. I will find a way when there is no way. I will make a door when there is no door. I will create a window when there is no window. I will create finance when there is no finance. I will find an opportunity when it doesn't exist. The reason why you stop and you start and you stop and you start is because the goal is not meaningful enough. You don't have enough skin in it. You don't have nothing to lose if you don't do it. What I'm telling you is you got to create the type of scenarios that if it doesn't work, you lose everything. And because you cannot lose everything, you got to make it happen. Because it's all we got. That's what y'all don't realize most of the time. We're going to get this again. We're going to get this again. The clock runs too fast. That's why we got to savor these moments. Because they right now.
Stop wasting valuable time. Little things you're putting off, do it. And do it right now. I know you've got other things. Do it. When you make a decision to do something, you flip your brain onto the frequency that you have to be on to do it. You don't have to know how to do it. You only have to know you're going to do it. Because as you focus on that which you want to do, that which we focus on, that which we give our energy to, it will begin to multiply. It will begin to expand. It will begin to develop your consciousness. And out of that comes your greatness. Out of that comes a commitment. Out of that comes a passion for life. Out of that comes a special power that you have in you that you haven't even called on yet. If you just decide, I'm going to keep my word. If I say something, I'm going to do it regardless. Being more considerate, more trusting, more disciplined. You owe it to yourself to give it your best effort. If you get in the habit of being mediocre or doing just enough to get by, you're not hurting anybody but you. You're cheating you. If you follow it through, if you keep your commitment to the commitment, you'll feel strong and powerful. That kind of commitment, that kind of spirit, that kind of personal power, that kind bigger vision is in you. And we want to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to start living life with a sense of urgency and using what we've got, using ourselves up. Because if we don't, nobody else will. Start acting like this is your last day on the planet.
So what are you doing with your time? Are you doing something productive? Are you moving towards a goal? Making yourself better? Or are you letting time slip by? Wasted?
You guys have an opportunity of a lifetime, and it's a short window. So why not give 120? Because if you give 120, it feels good knowing that I won my own life because I gave 120. And was it difficult? Absolutely it was. But it was worth this.